Snow in the mountains, rain in the metro. Roads up and down the Front Range are wet and temperatures are dipping. How much longer this storm will stick around?
For the safety and to prevent the spread.
A coronavirus vaccine for children as young as 12.
We want to be able to open up the high schools and the middle schools.
It's offering hope for a safe return to classes. The reasons some parents are on the fence about getting their kids vaccinated.
There's all the misinformation that's circulating, whether it's online or through word of mouth, that can really scare parents.
We're taking a 360 look at what it all means for Colorado families. All right, let's begin with a live look. This is I-70 to your Lookout Mountain on this Weather Action Day. As you see there, sloppy, wet roads tonight.
And here in the Denver Metro, we have some rain and wet roads here to contend with.
So we want to get right to our chief meteorologist, Mike Nelson. This week's going to be great for the drought conditions, at least.
That's a great way to look at it. Kind of a rain gauge half full approach to it. It's a wet and cold and not very pleasant night at all.
Everything you need to know before you head out the door tomorrow morning. Watch Denver 7.
Right now on Denver 7 News at 6 a.m.
Either you didn't know, which means that you're incompetent, or you did know and you're lying to us.
People in Loveland demand accountability over this disturbing arrest video of an elderly woman with dementia. Now, some are calling for the police chief to resign.
Plus, tens of thousands of COVID vaccine doses go to waste. The major pharmacy chains responsible for not using up their doses.
And working to keep Colorado teachers in the classroom.
When educators leave the profession, it's our students who suffer the most. And so certainly we all want to do better by our students.
All new this morning, a local teachers union weighs in on what needs to be done to keep educators from quitting after what's been maybe the most stressful school year of their careers. And a quick reminder, it is Teacher Appreciation Week. Good Tuesday morning to you. I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Molly Hendrickson. The soggy weather we've seen over the past few days is slowly starting to dry out. Let's get to Lisa from her home weather center. A warmer day ahead, Lisa, but we could see some rain on and off throughout the day.
Both today and tomorrow is going to be a little unsettled. A few storms, but it's going to warm up coming up.
All right, we do have a new problem up to the north side of town, unfortunately. It's going to be on the southbound side of I-25, right there near 84th Avenue. I'm trying to...
This morning, we're going 360.
The smiles, the laughter. It's the little things that we miss the most. And we'll never take them for granted again. Colorado is bouncing back. And this is only the beginning.
See what's happening in your neighborhood, covering local stories that matter to you. Tonight at 10, watch Denver 7.
It's 8 p.m. and here are our top stories in 90 seconds.
If you are fully vaccinated, you can start doing the things that you had stopped doing.
The CDC releases new guidance for vaccinated Americans.
It's been made possible.
Plans are in place to permanently honor fallen Boulder police officer Eric Talley.
Good Thursday evening, and thank you for watching Denver 7 News on Local 3. I'm Jessica Porter. The CDC released new guidelines today on what fully vaccinated Americans can do. If you are fully vaccinated, you can stop wearing masks outdoors, in crowds, and in most indoor settings. The main exception.
Tomorrow morning, it's a Denver 7 Weather Action Day as this spring storm remains over Colorado. Wake up with Denver 7 Weather as we continue to track this storm, keeping you in the know. Join us tomorrow morning starting at 4:30.
The violent arrest of one of our most vulnerable Coloradans, shining a spotlight on broken trust.
No, on the ground. Stay on the ground.
Now the city of Loveland is taking action to rebuild the relationship between the police force and the community it serves.
We can work together for win-win situations.
And the heart of Denver's 5 Points neighborhood is at risk.
Welton Street Cafe will be in jeopardy of closing its doors at the drop of a dime.
Facing tens of thousands in repair costs, this neighborhood staple is turning to the community to keep its legacy alive.
This place is a happy place. The Black community always needs happy stories.
Thanks for joining us for Denver7 News at 11. I'm Nicole Brady, and we will hear from one of the owners of the Welton Street Cafe and show you how you can help support them in a moment. First, though, Loveland city officials are trying to rebuild trust with their community after this violent arrest of a 73-year-old woman with dementia caught on police body cameras. Karen Garner's family is now suing the police department after she was injured during that arrest.
Denver7.
As our Colorado grows, housing prices continue to make this a challenging buyer's market. The home sales report for April just came out this morning. The average price of a single-family detached home was just under $700,000 in April.
Thank you. Tonight, a major step forward in the fight against coronavirus. Children as young as 12 could soon be vaccinated. Today, the FDA granted
Just over a year ago, many of us got a crash course in working from home, and overnight.
Well, good evening, all. Welcome to Denver7 Sports and a monster mashup in Vegas tonight. Like a scene from the Hangover movie.
He's police chief to resign over this arrest of a woman with dementia. Denver7's Veronica Acosta joins us live this morning. And Veronica, you talked to a city council member there about this case, and it hits close to home.
No to the current mask mandate. One local county board is making it clear they don't want to tell others when or where they have to wear a mask.
Mobile pharmacies deployed during natural disasters are being turned into mobile walk-up vaccination units. How they're working to address vaccine hesitancy. And the push to let you get everything from your phone to appliances repaired without any restrictions is getting a boost. How the government is looking to crack down on companies.
And paying a little extra to support our Colorado restaurant workers.
With restaurants and their razor-thin profit margins, usually between 3% and 5%, that could be extremely helpful, especially in a time like right now, where restaurants are just struggling so hard.
But first, not out of the cold yet. Thanks for joining me at 4. I'm Jessica Porter, joined also by Katie LaSalle. Katie, it's been snowing pretty heavy down south near Douglas County and in the mountains today. Plus, it looks like that wet weather will be sticking around the metro tonight.
It will, Jessica. Good afternoon to you. It's going to be showers off and on for this evening. You can see the snow coming down Floyd Hill and Evergreen, wet roads out there, and then in and around the Denver area, dreary.
This local search and rescue group has been helping people for decades.
We do everything free of charge. If anybody got lost, we would come out in a heartbeat.
But when their life-saving equipment was suddenly stolen,
they basically crippled us.
These local heroes needed help.
We just can't do our job effectively.
Denver7 Gives shared their story, and Colorado came to their rescue.
I knew that there was something that we had to do.
On behalf of our viewers at Denver7 who donate to our Denver7 Gives Fund.
Oh, wow. Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you, Colorado, for supporting your neighbors in need.
Tonight on Denver7 News at 6.
It's a reminder that there are wild and dangerous animals in Colorado.
Wildlife officers tracked the bears that killed a woman near Durango.
And that is not something that we can allow to happen again.
Then find themselves fending off attacks of another nature.
More rain and snow across the state tonight. I'll let you know when the warmer weather comes back.
Plus the take-home test that kept a school going in person.
We were kind of building the plane as we flew it.
And what happens if we don't reach herd immunity?
I think that's the worry, is that these huge surges that we see periodically are going to continue to occur.
Good evening, and thanks for watching Denver7. I'm Ann Trujillo.
And I'm Shannon Ogden. For only the 4th time in 50 years, bears have killed.
Aurora Mayor Mike Hoffman wants a review of the police force to see if any jobs can be outsourced to civilians. Hoffman pointed to mental health calls and crash investigations as possibilities. The goal being to save money and allow officers to focus their attention elsewhere. New York Times reports herd immunity is now thought to be all but impossible in the United States. Experts originally believed vaccinating 60 to 70% of the population would be enough to achieve herd immunity. Then came the variants, and the goalpost moved to roughly 80%. Willing to get their shots were likely
We all know spring in Colorado can be a little unpredictable.
That's where Denver7 Weather comes in, preparing you for anything that's headed your way.
We're always on wherever and whenever you need us.
Tracking storms minute by minute, so you know when to stay inside
and when to head out to play.
Nobody covers spring like Denver7 Weather.
On air, on every device, and streaming for free 24/7.
Be prepared for anything spring throws your way with Denver7 Weather.
Right now on Denver7 News at 7 a.m., Coloradans 12 and older can get the shot. We've got team coverage with what families need to know before heading out.
Plus, a bill in our state legislature could make it harder for new charter schools to open, how districts could have the power to turn down new school applications.
2 planes collided midair over a popular state park. This morning, an investigation on how this could have happened.
Incredible video there. Thanks for joining us for Denver7 News on Local 3. I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Nicole Brady, and we're getting another warm up today. Temperatures in the 70s and lots of sun expected. Let's get out to Lisa in her home weather center with a check of your Denver7 forecast.
Yeah, it was gorgeous yesterday. Beautiful. Today, starting off even a little bit warmer, about 10 starts now.
Well, Jacqueline, for the first time in 14 months, coming to you live from a real television studio and not my 750 square foot apartment, I am Nick Rothschild. This is Denver7 Sports. We're brought to you tonight by American Furniture Warehouse.
Hey, Colorado, Channel 3 is now Local 3, and it's better than ever with courtroom reality TV, game shows, and more. Plus, now you can watch Denver7 News on Local 3 weekdays starting at 7 a.m. and 1 p.m. Local 3, Channel 3 on your antenna, cable, or satellite provider.
Been dreaming about new plans to improve public safety and cut down on crime. The neighborhood hotspots leaders want to focus on.
Denver7 360 reporting, covering news in a way that just makes more sense.
We break down the big stories so you can make up your own mind on the issues.
With more in-depth coverage, multiple angles, and different perspectives.
Saving you time and putting all the facts in one place.
A fresh approach to news that doesn't take sides. And it all starts right here.
See what's happening in your neighborhood, covering local stories that are important to you. Tonight at 6, watch Denver7.
But first, we're following some breaking news right now. Moderna says its COVID vaccine is 100% effective in teens.
The company now says it will seek FDA approval to expand use.
Denver7 News at 5 starts right now.
Tonight at 5, confusion.
Should I take my mask off? Should I leave it on? It's super confusing.
Where do you wear your mask? As restrictions are rolled back, everybody's answer is a little different.
It was a little bit of whiplash for the American public in terms of them saying just a week before, keep your mask on. And then all of a sudden they're saying, now you can take them off.
If you feel comfortable, then great.
I don't think enough people are vaccinated right now.
Tonight, we'll show you how everyone is dealing with the new rules, or lack thereof. Plus, Aurora's mayor pushes for a camping ban like the one in Denver. And a firefighter shows up to a call just in time for a special delivery.
Mom did all the work. We were just there to kind of guide her to the hospital. That was really it. So it was great.
This is a critical point in Colorado's rebound. Capacity limits have been lifted across the Front Range. Red Rocks announced just an hour ago they plan to lift their capacity June 21st, and wearing a mask is now just a suggestion.
Uncertain.
Help with in the last week.
Wow.
Some of his colleagues spent decades, of course, without ever helping with one. Nice work. That's great. All right. Now to Mike Nelson tracking some storms across our lovely state tonight. Mike?
Some areas are getting a good downpour right now, especially on the west side of the Denver area, Lakewood, Jefferson County, and that's going to continue.
Stacey, thank you.
And Stacey will be back alongside Jessica Porter, 8 o'clock for Denver7 News on Local 3, and I'll be here at the same desk tonight at 10 o'clock.
See you then.